Hi, so today my plan is to show you how to excel at your interview and get the job that everybody else wants. I think Global Recruitment's been assisting accountants to move now for about since 2000, and I myself since 1997. And during that time, we've received loads and loads of interview feedback from lots of different organisations on what worked at the interviews and also what didn't work. So we've compiled that information together to help us work out, what is it that employers look for and what types of answers do they look for and the questions they ask. I've actually got it down to three main things I think employers look for, especially in the international market if someone's moving. So the first is that the candidate's keen. They really want to know that the person wants that job because then they're likely to join it and stay there for the longevity. So they'll specifically look for answers as to why they want the actual role, why they want to work for that organisation, and also why they would want to make a move to that particular location. Really critical that as an interviewee that you get together at least a couple of reasons for each of those three areas, but they need to be specific to that employer, that role and that location. Not just this could apply to any old employer or any old location. So doing your research and looking on their website for things that make them unique or that role unique in that location is very important as well. The next thing is that they're going to be looking to see if you're competent to do the job, that you can do it. And one of the first areas that they judge that for would be looking to see if you're confident in it. Because usually people aren't confident in things they can't do, but they are in things they can do. So it's really important you do your research so you do feel confident. The first thing I'd say is look at your own CV, scan through it, make sure that you can answer questions in every element of your CV. If you've outlined a project on there you did, no matter how long ago it was, you need to be able to describe what it is you did. You then look at their role spec and you look through all the elements of what they require and what the role entails. Make sure you understand all of that. And if you don't, use the internet, Google it. Whilst you're on the internet, look at their web page, get a few more information, look at the terminology, Google that, and go on to LinkedIn and find other people that may have done the job that you want to do, or historically or are currently doing it, and it will help just give you a bit of an idea of what it is they might be looking for. At this stage of the interview, they're likely to use technical questions as well as competency questions. So there might be some areas you haven't done of the job before, but you've maybe done in other areas of your life, in which case they say, tell me about a time when you've done, and then you've got to outline what that is. The first thing you would do is you would spend a couple of sentences outlining what the situation was. Then you need a couple of sentences to say what you actually did. In fact, a bit more than that, you can expand in that area because that's the key thing that shows you've got the competency, what you did. And then you just give an overview of what the outcome was. Try and make it a really positive outcome, and also try and make sure that the outcome is one where someone else has verified it, maybe through a reward or recognition of some sort. The final area they're going to look for is personality fit. Now, you can't really fix a personality fit, you can't change that, you are who you are. But what you can do is look at what's important to the business and what they say is the type of key values or their area of business that's really important to them in the area of importance from an individual. So when they look at that, they will have core values, and they'll use competency questions again to say, can you tell me about a time when you've demonstrated this value? And so you need to go through each of their values and know about a time when you have demonstrated it. It's quite simple, really. Hopefully they'll see some synergy there. And if you pick out from their values a couple that you're really passionate about, do try and include them in the interview and get that across that you are passionate in that area. There's an awful lot more in techniques that we would go through normally, but I know you're a bit short of time today, and we don't have as much time to finish all that off. But anybody that registers with us or comes to us, we help them throughout the process, and we would spend a good couple of hours in this area to make sure that they excel at interview. So I'm looking forward to doing that with you at a future date.